Jussie Smollett. Lord. Now, the men are now speaking, and the men allegedly hired by actor in the hate crime hoax is returning to the scenes in a documentary. Let's hear from the brothers.
Better get that birth certificate.
Right.
And a new interview with Bola and Ola Osundaro's attorney, Gloria Rodriguez. Why did they agree to carry out this attack for Jussie in the first place?
Jussie was their friend, and they didn't want to betray their friend. And so at the end of the day, it was their trust that was taken advantage of.
I was down to do it because if we do this for him, he could probably help us out with our careers.
Jussie was someone who could really help their career. And beyond that, he was their friend. The documentary goes into great lengths about their feelings and how they felt when Jussie asked them to beat him up.
Hitting Fox Nation March 13th, the series goes into timeline detail about the attack and how Jussie choreographed the whole thing like a script that he was directing. And the brothers take us back to the scene.
This is where we waited for Jussie to come before we attacked him. After I threw him to the ground, I used my knuckle and gave him a noogie to give him a mark, to make it look real.
That's where I came around with the bleach, the infamous bleach in the hot sauce bottle.
The original plan Jussie had was for one of the brothers to douse him with gasoline. And then I believe it was Ola who said, no, I'm not doing that. I'll do bleach instead. Why the stipulation? Why is one better than the other?
That's something that they also go into in the documentary, but their ultimate decision to participate in this is very contradictory to who they are as individuals. They would never, ever be involved in a hate crime like that.
I remember the detective that put that footage together. We all both thinking, that don't look like two white guys walking down the street.
We was in character the whole time.
So you think you guys are believable white supremacists?
100%.
Your thoughts on Jussie? And don't forget what he called himself a while ago.
I'm the gay Tupac.
It's the gay Tupac.
Oh, really? Really? Oh, say what? You need to hit the button.
I'm the gay Tupac.
Say what? I mean, once he said I'm the gay Tupac, what? You taking it too far.
He said what he said, Courtney.
I'm the gay Tupac.
I want to know, why are they choosing now? Why did they start speaking up? Because they said we were his friend and stuff. What I don't agree with is, don't paint them as victims. They knew what they were getting into. It's something where you start something, people start to want to forfeit because they see it's going left. But if it went as planned, would we know? So they knew what they were doing. Stop trying to paint it as if they're victims. They're not. They participated, and then just like any other snitch, they snitch. And now Jussie is, whatever. If it worked out, they would have been on the other side. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be looked at as victims, and he's just this villain. That's the problem I agree with. They all lied. And he lied. He probably wanted to test his acting skills and really get whatever he thought, play the media, because he's seen it done, but he just didn't execute it like the others. And this is the consequences. I don't like how they're making him a bigger example. You know what I'm saying? Other than I don't know. I still have this skin folk thing. So I just don't like how they're making a harsh example every time it's somebody black that lie or take drugs and they're in the sports. Like, it's always extreme when it's our black ass.
Well, let me ask you a question, because Amanda Seales, who I am not a particular fan of, said that Jussie Smollett, because of what he did, that she supported him. What was the word that she used?
Even if it was a hoax for the sake of bringing attention to this, then I'm like, that's low-key noble.
And she supported him. She said that he should just get a slap on the hand, that it wasn't that serious of how we're going into it. You don't think this situation is serious?
I think it's
Is that what you're saying, Lucky?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lucky.
No, I'm just saying, I get there should be consequences. I'm just saying, it's always publicized and advertised differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm very involved in the things that I follow looks more like the things that I follow with Black people. Maybe that could be the case. I don't follow enough E-News or TMZ stuff, which I still follow it, but I don't really remember anybody of another culture or something like that, whether it was Michael Phelps getting this much shame for doing something that we're supposed to shame other people for, regardless of what it is. He lied. They lied to the media all the time. You can catch people in media in a lie and leading people different ways. And I don't know. I just think he created a scenario that did not go well. He should pay the consequences. But I don't get why they're looked at as victims and he's just the one that's getting smeared like that. At that magnitude, he should, but it's like,
no, I don't know if they're looked at as victims. I think because that they are now able to tell the truth, and Jesse is just still doubling down on the lie. It's like, you're exposed. We know it's fake, and the brothers are coming out and actually selling what they did, taking people to the place, and Jesse is still has this kind of arrogance about the story and still saying
he refuses to acknowledge. But it's like, I don't know, like, why are you paying it? I don't know. I know so many people that be lying. We could see you not rich, bro, and you still, I got it. You know what I'm saying? People be living in their own delusion, and he want to create this scenario where he's ashamed. So I think we should just isolate him. You know what I'm saying? Why do we still care that much? Is my point. Where we still smearing it. You know what I'm like? We still, if he do something tomorrow, Jesse Smollett is at Starbucks. Liar Smollett. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, why are we following this man? We don't do that to nobody else's career as much. That is not our own.
Because
like
we're
Will Smith.
voyeurs. We are voyeurs. We like to look at people's lives. We are, you know, as a whole, we are voyeur, i.e., what do you call it? What do you call it? Real life TV? I don't know what to call it. Reality shows or whatever. We're voyeurs. You know, we like to look at other people's lives. And I think one of the things that makes it so egregious is that they use all these resources, the police resources, to look for somebody that for a crime that did not happen. So
and they use the community for the LGBT community. So
Every
are they the ones hazing them? Hazing him? Are they the ones kind of keeping him to the fire to be honest? Because it seems like that's what they're doing. They're going to keep shaming him until he's honest. Like, I don't believe he can have a successful career until he's honest and start to look like.
We know that people lie, but this was a made up fictional story of a lie. What celebrity do you know that creates this particular magnitude of a lie to hire these two guys to put a noose and is Magna Country nigger? I mean, it was the weirdest thing. Like, this was a story that doesn't happen. That's why I think it got so much attention, because it was like, well, why would you create this?
He wanted to touch every sensitive community or movement, it seems like, possibly.
But he's playing on something that's sensitive with gay people, with Black people. He's playing on our emotions, just like a lot of this Me Too crap that people are doing. So so now if, you know, gay people are feeling a way or Black people feel like they've been targeted, it's the Jussie Smollett. Are you sure? Is this a hoax? Like, he puts two big communities looking at us different, because his little I am the gay Tupac ass is just lying.
He put a lie. He cried wolf. So now if other people start, they will question. I can see. Okay, I get it.
The two brothers who were paid by the actor Jussie Smollett, and they were paid $3,500 to orchestrate a fake hate crime, had a message for the country about its ramifications. They apologized for their role, and I'll go ahead and play that apology. Oh, and a little bit more of what they said in the documentary.
That's that neck. That's that neck. Get that neck. Oh, he's moving fast. Come on, let's get him. Get that neck. Let's get him. As we crossed the street, we said hey to get his attention. Hey, Nick. Hey. He turned around, looked at us, and that's when we started yelling, the famous slurs he wanted us to yell. Hey,
Aren't you that Empire?
hey, Empire fat nigga. It's MAGA country.
Yeah.
And then he said, what did you say to me? And then that's when I threw the first punch at him. And then I threw him to the ground. And after I threw him to the ground, he had no bruise. I wanted it to look more real. So then I threw him to the ground. After I threw him to the ground, I used my knuckle and gave him a noogie. So I went like this.
The noogie part.
Why did I do that? To give him a scar, to give him a mark, to make it look real, like he really did get his ass beat.
Just want to apologize to everyone in the audience, the country, and anyone who might have been affected by this directly. When we were asked to partake in this, we really didn't foresee the ramifications of what something like this could do to the country.
You're sorry you participated in it?
Yeah, we allowed our ambition to cloud our judgments.
Were you getting paid?
It wasn't about the money.
Yeah, it was. What was it about for you then?
The opportunity.
Now, what I did find out as well, too, is that what Jussie is deciding to do, he's not going to apologize. He is going to come out with an album. I was able to find a little bit of what he's going to be singing about. And I hope that YouTube doesn't flag me, but I got an exclusive. Is y'all ready?
The new album by Jussie Smollett, Gay Tupac, presented by Lucius Lyon and Lying Daniels on Pinocchio Records, available now, featuring hit singles such as Guy, I'm Mad at You.
Cause Guy, I'm mad at you. Guy, I'm mad at you. Boy, I'm so mad at you.
Hit him up.
Courtney, what the hell is that?
I'm the King Tupac.
What the hell?
Coming out with an album. And, you know, if you support Jussie, you should support his album. Because he is now.
I'm the King Tupac.
What the hell? I don't know. I think it's over for him personally.